Hey everyone, and welcome. Let's get right into a question that's absolutely critical for anyone in the hotel business. Are you pricing your rooms to get the most heads in beds, or are you pricing them for maximum profit? Believe me, that little distinction changes everything.
You know the feeling, right? You're staring at the booking forecast, you see those gaps, and this little knot of panic starts to form in your stomach. What's the quickest, easiest way to fill those rooms? Well, the impulse is almost always the same.
I mean, on the surface, it seems so simple, doesn't it? Lower the price, and boom, more people will book, and you'll hit that high occupancy number. But the real world of hotel revenue is, well, it's a lot more complicated. And this knee-jerk reaction, it can actually end up costing you a ton.
Which brings us to what I like to call the discounting trap. Yeah, it feels like a quick and easy fix, but it's really a dangerous cycle that can seriously hurt your hotel's financial health and brand value over the long haul.
So, what are we really talking about when we say reactive discounting? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a reaction. It's slashing your prices because bookings are a little slow, or maybe because your competitor down the road just did. It's a short-term tactic, not a long-term strategy.
And this right here is where the downward spiral really kicks in. First, you're just chipping away at your own revenue. Then, you start attracting guests who are only loyal to the cheapest price tag, not to your amazing hotel. Before you know it, your competitors start discounting too, and the entire market's pricing gets weaker. Soon, your guests just expect a discount, and you find yourself relying more and more on online travel agents, which, means paying out more in commissions. It's a really vicious cycle.
In this quote, it really hits the nail on the head. Just think about it for a second. When demand is already a bit soft, dropping your price might not even bring in new business. It often just means the people who are already going to book with you now get to pay less. You're literally just giving away money. Okay, so if reactive discounting is the trap, how in the world do we avoid falling into it? Well, it's all about moving from panic to planning. It's time to shift away from just reacting and start building a truly data-driven strategy.
This is the question that changes the whole game. We have to completely pivot our thinking here. Because maybe, just maybe, the main objective isn't just having a full hotel.
Exactly. It's all about profitability. It's about making sure that every single booking is contributing the maximum possible value to your bottom line. This is that crucial shift from obsessing over occupancy to focusing on profit.
And this is where strategic pricing comes in. See, unlike discounting, this isn't a reaction to what happened yesterday. It's a forward-looking plan. It's about digging into the data to understand why and when people book instead of just guessing or copying your competitors.
And this is the kind of data that powers that strategy. We're not just peeking at what the other guys are doing. No, we're analyzing our own booking pace, forecasting future demand, looking at how far out people book, and so much more. This is the information that puts you back in the driver's seat.
All right, let's do this. Let's put these two approaches side by side for a real showdown. I promise you the difference is like night and day. Seeing them compared like this makes it so clear why one builds long-term value and the other, well, the other just erodes it.
This slide really just says it all, doesn't it? On one side, you've got this mindset totally driven by pressure. It's all about chasing that high occupancy number because, let's be honest, without solid data, it feels like the safest thing to do. But on the other side, you've got a mindset driven by data. It's focused on actual profitability, on protecting your brand, and on making smart, confident decisions for the long run.
So why do so many smart hoteliers get stuck in this reactive loop? This chart breaks it down perfectly. Maybe you can't see demand coming? The strategic answer is to start analyzing your booking pace. Relying too much on competitors? The alternative is to focus on your own unique demand patterns. It's really about swapping out that pressure for a clear process and trading panic for a solid plan.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. Let's talk about the payoff. What actually happens when you make this shift? What are the real, concrete benefits you see when you start pricing your rooms in a truly strategic way?
Just look at this chart. This is such a fantastic way to see the core idea. At 80% occupancy with a lower discounted rate, sure, your profit is okay, it's moderate. But look at this. At 60% occupancy with an optimal data-driven rate, your profit is actually higher. You can literally make more money by selling fewer rooms. Just let that sink in for a minute.
And honestly, the benefits just keep stacking up. You protect your average daily rate when demand is high, you stop leaving money on the table, your brand positioning gets stronger, your financial performance becomes way more stable and predictable, and ultimately, you strengthen your entire position in the market. It's a win-win-win.
I really want to leave you with this final thought because it totally gets to the psychology of why discounting is so hard to resist. It feels like you're doing something proactive, right?
And that is the absolute key. Just because you're busy changing prices doesn't mean you're actually moving the business forward. Sometimes, action without a real strategy behind it can be even worse than doing nothing at all.
And if you remember one thing from our time together today, make it this. The goal isn't to be the cheapest hotel on the block. The goal is to be the smartest and the most profitable one. So, I'll leave you with this question to really think about for your own business. Are your pricing decisions being driven by that feeling of pressure and panic? Or are they being guided by solid data and a clear, profitable strategy? The answer, I promise you, could change everything.
Thanks so much for tuning in.